Operation Catahoula Crunch is underway in Louisiana, but not without some pushback as protesters demonstrate against ICE's operations.
The DHS says they're already made dozens of arrests since launching Operation last week.
Garrett Tenney joins us from New Orleans with the details. Garrett.
Hey, good morning, y'all. Both this operation and the protest against it really ramping up over the weekend. Border Patrol has been spending a lot of time in the city of Kenner, just outside of New Orleans. This area has the highest concentration of Hispanic residents in the state, and almost everywhere federal agents went over the weekend, crowds were following them, blowing whistles, honking horns, and yelling into megaphones to warn people that federal agents were in the area. As Commander Greg Bavino and his team went door to door looking for specific targets. At one point, some of the demonstrators even followed Bavino and his agents into a gas station to confront them as they were buying drinks. Despite those protests, Kenner's police chief tells Fox he's thrilled to have the feds and to be getting this kind of help in cleaning up his town.
Look, I'm an elected police chief. I work for 70,000 people. I know my marching orders. I know what they expect of us. We're very pleased with the operation. We've heard some of the results from yesterday and things that they've done, and I know our community is already stronger because of it.
Kenner and most police departments in the state work with the feds when it comes to immigration enforcement, but that is not the case in New Orleans, where city leaders are under fire from activists for still not doing more to fight back against Operation Catahoula Crunch. Here's the city's mayor-elect.
There is this outside effort occurring to try to divide us, to try to separate us. And what I ask the people of New Orleans is that do not let this divide us. Let us come together instead.
This operation has the ambitious goal of 5,000 arrests. As you mentioned, so far, DHS says they've made dozens of arrests, including multiple criminal illegal aliens. Back to y'all.
Wow, thanks so much, Garrett. So, you know, it helps to have a Republican governor, but you don't have a Republican mayor, but she does seem reasonable. But the problem is the protests and the hounding of the ICE agents make it extremely tough to do the job.
Well, it's going to be happening more because you probably saw the video yesterday of Zoran Mamdani, who's going to be the next mayor, who is not a Republican. He's a socialist here in New York. And he released this video on X offering advice to illegal immigrants on how to evade ICE. Listen.
You can all stand up to ICE if you know your rights. ICE is legally allowed to lie to you, but you have the right to remain silent. If you're being detained, you may always ask, "Am I free to go?" repeatedly until they answer you. You are legally allowed to film ICE as long as you do not interfere with an arrest. New Yorkers have a constitutional right to protest, and when I'm mayor, we will protect that right.
Double and triple down on sanctuary cities.
Yeah. I guess my problem is not him offering advice to citizens. It's that you're not keeping your promise when you said that you want the criminals to leave. And that's what the message from Democrats, they got to shift their focus to cooperation with getting rid of the criminals out of the country. Okay, the other people that you feel like should have a pathway, maybe you can discuss that with the White House. But at the very least, there has to be a plan to say, okay, this person is raping people, they gotta go. This person is a murderer, this person is wanted, this person has a DUI, we're gonna turn those people over. I haven't heard any Democrat say, Mr. President, we're gonna help you turn those people over and get them out of the country.
Brian, he went on to say that ICE can't enter your private spaces like your home, your school, or your private area like your workplace without a warrant signed by a judge. He said, if you're being detained, you can ask, am I free to go? You heard him say that. ICE can legally lie to you, he says. He said, you have the right to keep your door closed. Stand up and know your rights.
Right. For Mamdani to do this is totally in your face to people that were worried that he was going to be working with Trump. I think that was to his community. But here's the nuance. The nuance is there's an election in Miami right now.
Right.
And for the first time in decades, it looks like a Democrat could win. And that is a very Hispanic community. And the whole redistricting in Texas was if the president continues to make gains with the Hispanic community. Some of them are misreading the aggressive tactics of ICE and taking it on the whole Hispanic community, and they feel as though they've been too broadly targeted. And that's why the president's numbers are coming down with Hispanics. That's why Tom Homan's got to get together with Kristi Noem and find out whose policy is going to work. Because they have an election, a midterm election. Things aren't going to go good for anybody's mission on the Republican side if they lose the Hispanic vote or nullify, negate some of the gains that they've worked so hard to make. So they got to figure out a policy that goes for the criminals, the people that are abusing their visa, and leaves the people that belong here.
I'm Steve Ducey.
I'm Brian Kilmeade.
And I'm Ainsley Earhart. And click here to subscribe to the Fox News YouTube page to catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis.